Hello, everyone. Just wanted to record a short video to show you how to include text evidence in a body paragraph and talk a little bit about how to introduce the evidence and connect it back to your point so it isn't just a quote bomb. So I'll show you what that looks like. So we'll start with the topic sentence. We'll write about Harrison Bergeron a little bit. And Harrison Bergeron, natural abilities are suppressed and society fears any sort of competition. All right, so we have our topic sentence down. Oops, we'll make a little correction here. Now that we have our topic sentence, we're going to try to find a piece of text evidence that'll connect back to our main idea. So I have the evidence already, and if I just drop it in, and other people get away with it, pretty soon we'd be right back to the Dark Ages again. That isn't really a great way to include text evidence, right? If I go from the topic sentence immediately to my piece of evidence, even if I cite it correctly with our little MLA citation afterwards, it's not really going to do anything in terms of supporting your argument. So what you have to do after your topic sentence, whatever that may be, you have to connect your point to the evidence and incorporate it into your ideas. So we can start by introducing our character, the person who is saying the quote. So we can talk a little bit about George. Though George possesses above average intelligence, he fears what would become of society if he took off his handicaps. Okay, so now we have a little bit of background knowledge about the character. Remember, you assume that your reader doesn't know as much about the story as you do. So explaining some important character details before you add your evidence is going to be a great way of letting them understand where you're coming from. Now let's introduce the quote by giving the context of the situation in which he said it. When his wife suggests he lighten his load, he responds by saying, and now we're back at the quote, but we've added context that allows it to connect back to your argument. Then other people get away with it, and pretty soon we'll be right back in the Dark Ages again. Now, don't forget, if you looked at the rubric for the Animal Farm assignment, including proper MLA citations is worth 8 points out of your final grade. And if you're missing them, you lose the points for that entire category on the rubric. So make sure you've included your MLA citations, and then afterwards, connect back to your main idea. The idea of forced equality is so ingrained in his mind that he cannot imagine a good life without his handicaps. So now, not only have we, now I don't think this would be a complete paragraph, right? We would need another piece of evidence or a little bit more explanation. It's also missing its introduction paragraph, so we don't know what the thesis is for this particular essay. But we have an example of a topic sentence moving into an introduction to the character that says the quote, or if you're using a quote that's part of narration, you could talk about that particular scenario. Then we talk a little bit about, we introduce the quote as part of a grander sentence instead of just dropping the quote in as its own sentence. And finally, we tie it back into our main idea. Now, if you're going to add another piece of evidence to this paragraph, this might be a transition sentence. This could be the conclusion sentence for the paragraph that transitions you into the next one, what have you. Okay.